Hello guys, it seems like we are live. I just finished my run, first after injury. I'm so happy. It was 1 hour, but now what many people are interested in, many of you are interested in, is like, what do you eat? How should I put together a meal? So, hello John, hello Eric. Anyway, so I will be just preparing my meal now, and that's inspiration for you. How to make quick meal in 15 minutes or maybe even less. So let's get it. Let's get down to the assembly. Simply things. I like to eat a lot of vegetables. I like to have them shredded, but specifically after your workout you don't want to be eating, just vegetables, because you need to get that energy. You need to start recovery, so you want to have some good sources of proteins, but also vegetables are good. And especially, this was my first phase of the training, but I will also have another phase. This is like phase 2 later. So now I just finished my run and strength training in the evening. So you see, that's cucumber from yesterday. But yeah, just keep it simple. And here is a hack for you. If you really hate steamed broccoli, what I advise you to do, put it in 2 to 3 minutes into microwave oven. It will be all perfect. I promise you will love it. I see we have John Cooper, rabbit food. Yes, no, it's Bambi food actually, not rabbit, Bambi food. Some additional carbs. This, yes. And some extra carbohydrates together with some hydration. So we want to get more carbs after your workouts specifically. And guys, don't be afraid to mix vegetables with fruits. They are super delicious. And actually, here is another trick from Spain, and that is add a little bit of salt on your watermelon. Works really well with these yellow types. Broccoli finished. And look at this. I think it looks much better than steamed broccoli. And actually it has more vitamins than if you just steam it. And it's not as mushy, Okay. Now to the main ingredients, lentils. So look, normally you want to keep about half of your plate vegetables, have half of your plate combined of, let's say, some carbs and protein. So this would be protein source specifically on a vegan diet. If you have meat with that, I mean, then that would be probably your carbohydrate source. And here I have some rice. It's so mushy because I simply overcooked it, but who cares? I don't. If you make it for yourself, don't overcook it. Simple as that. And how much do you want to put there? I mean, that's up to you. Consult with your hunger signals. So you see, that will be your general meal without the fruit. But this fruity snack is just a nice addition after a workout. Now, let's make it more interesting. And how I do it is with the dressing. So, this is actually some mustard seeds. Okay, so we have mustard there. Add a little bit spicy. This is really spicy. The first time I used a lot, but now let's just use not that much. And a little bit of curry powder. Because I love curry powder. Lime juice. I mean, I used to buy lemon and lime, but this is even better because in the shops, at least here, half of the time and lemon is either not fresh, and oftentimes it is even rotten. So I gave up on buying fresh fruit. I mean fresh lemons and fresh limes in a shop. And this is a really good substitution. I mean substitution. It's lime juice. So we have here. I'll add a little bit of water with that because this has a really strong taste. But I mean, you can always taste it and adjust along the way. One more thing. This is tofu, smoked tofu. I really love it. I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. As you can see, it's not very moist, and that is because yesterday, you see, there is some moisture in it, but not much. You could squeeze out the moisture if you want. But yesterday I had it in a freezer, and what I did, I just put it into microwave, and when you take it out of the freezer and you reheat it, you can see these small pores inside. So basically these are from the water, and that gets frozen, right? And that makes it then very easy to squeeze out the moisture if you don't like it that moist. But now what I will do is just mix it with this a little bit so it soaks the taste. I will leave it there, then I will just serve it together. And guys, that's pretty much it. But I will do, actually no, let me do one more thing, because I want to show you one of my favorite recipes actually for the dressing. So let's say I serve this, okay? So there's some extra protein there. why not? Don't be afraid of soy. But here we have soy yogurt from Kaufland, those from Europe. It's actually one of the best yogurts out there. So what I will do, flavor drops, peanut. So these are 0 calorie flavor drops, and I don't be fooled, these don't taste at all like peanut butter. No, sorry guys, no, it does not. But it's very sweet, so it's good for a sweetener. I use just 2 drops in there, maybe 1. Once again, lime juice, just a little bit. Mix it well. Now, what I will do. That's my homemade peanut butter, like secret one. And actually with this yogurt, with this base, you can, I really like to use also poppy seeds. So poppy seeds are amazing for that, and they are rich in calcium, specifically good for vegan diet. And if you think that the dairy is a good source of calcium, well, it doesn't have good bioavailability. It means that you eat that calcium, but your body doesn't absorb it well. And you know, many people don't know this. But for example, kale has much higher absorption for calcium, and same goes with poppy seeds. So we have here soy yogurt, we have here peanut butter, some sweetener, we have a little bit of lime, and for omega-3s I want to use these hemp seeds or hemp hearts. You can always use them. And just a little bit of salt, because for some reason, you know, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of sourness together works really well. And as you can see, this whole meal is very low in fat. I guess together there could be like, with tofu, less than 10 grams altogether. And that's perfect because I have another session, training session, so I don't want to be full in between, or I want to be ready for the training, for the session. I want my digestion to work really fast. If I had a lot of fat, it's good if I don't train, or if I would not have any training. So I just postpone my fat for my dinner. And during the day, because I'm very active, I like to just fuel on carbs and some proteins. But the dinner is heavy in the opposite, on proteins and on fat. That's it. So, what do you think, guys? We're done here. I promise you will love this dressing if you try it.